Hello everyone, this is Sir Rehman, and this is lesson number 2 of the series solving quadratic inequalities or finding set of values of x here. So this is a very important topic of A's and A level mathematics, and in examination, examiner use command word solve or find the set of values of x. There are some examples. I'm going to explain how to solve or how to find the values of x here. Now pause the video and attempt to solve or find a set of values of these inequalities, then match your solution by the solution performed in this video lesson. So I'm going to start here. This is example number 1. Command is solve or find a set of values of x for which negative x bracket x minus 2 lesser than 0. And I'm going to explain in 5 steps here. So step number 1 is you have to multiply step 1. Multiply by -1 on both the sides to get positive coefficients. Solving inequalities with positive coefficient is very easy. So we are going to apply this step when we multiply on both the sides. All the signs will be changed. This sign will be changed here, and this sign will be changed. So it will be x times x minus 2 greater than and 0. Now, step number 2 is find the values of x by equating the left side of inequality with 0. So we are going to write x times x minus 2 equals to 0, and by equating with 0, x equals to 0, or x equals to x minus 2 equals to 0, or we can say x minus 2 equals to 0, or x equals to 2. Now, step number 3. Use these values of x to sketch x time of x minus 2 lesser than 0. Uh, sorry, it is x times x minus 2 greater than 0 here. And be careful, this is changed. Greater than 0, right. Now, so to sketch this, first you should know if the coefficient of x squared, this is the x squared here, if the coefficient of x squared is positive, your sketch will be this type of parabola. Or you can, there is a note here, when positive x square, you can memorize with the happy face. Okay. Now going to sketch this inequality. So to sketch this, we have x equals to 0 and x equal to 2. So draw the graph. Zero, and suppose this is 2. This is the sketch of x time x minus 2. Now step number 4, shade the region. Step number 4. Shade the region above the x-axis. Above the x-axis for greater than or greater than equal to 0. There, so you are observing this. This is greater than 0, so I'm going to shade the region above the x-axis, which is this region is the above the x-axis. And how to memorize, how to shade this. So note please. For greater than or greater than equals to, if your parabola will be this shape. So this region will be shaded. Step number 4. Step number 4 is write down the answer by observing the shaded region. So I'm going to write step number 5, sorry. Write down answers by observing the shaded region. The shaded region is, if you are going to observe, shaded region is, this shaded region is x is greater than 2, and this shaded region is x is lesser than 0. So the final answer will be x is less than 0 or x is greater than 2. This is the final answer. You can verify these values of x by putting the original inequality. This is the original inequality here. This is the inequality. Now, going to explain part 2. This is solve or find the set of values of x for which minus 2x bracket x minus 5 lesser than equal to 0. I'm going to explain in 5 steps. So step number 1 is multiply by -1 on both the sides to get positive coefficient. To get positive coefficients. So if you multiply both the sides, the signs will be changed. This sign will be changed here, and this sign will be changed. So it will be 2x times x minus 5 greater than equals to 0. Now step number 2. Step number 2 is find the values of x by equating two x, the left side of this inequality, which is 2x times x minus 2 with 0. So 2x times x minus 5 is equal to 0. And this is already in factorized form. So we can say 2x equals to 0 and x equals to 0, the one value, first value, or x minus 5, the second factor is x minus 5 equated with 0. So we get x equals to 5. Now we have two values of x, which is x equal to 0 or x equal to 5 here. So step number 3. Step number 3 is use the values of x to sketch two x times the inequality, which is 2x times x minus 5 greater than or equal to 0. So going to sketch this, and we have x equals to 0 and x equals to 5. So draw the axis. Mark the point 0 and 5. And you should know if the coefficient of x square, this is the product form, if the coefficient of x square is positive, so you have to sketch this type of parabola. So with the help of this, I'm going to sketch this, passing through 0 or 5. This is the sketch of 2x times x minus 5 greater than 0. Now follow the step number 4. Step number 4 is shade the region above the x-axis for greater than or greater than equal to sign. So you can memorize by this note. Parabola with positive x square, and for greater than or greater than equal to, we can shade above the x-axis here. So going to shade this. Now step number 5. Step number 5 is write down answer by observing the shaded region. So observe the shaded region. This is the values x is greater than or equal to 5, and the shaded region showing x is less than equals to 0. So final answer will be x is lesser than 0 or x is greater than equals to 5. Less than equals 0 or x is greater than equal to 5. Now going to explain example number 3. Find a set of values of x for which minus x times greater than x minus 2. So sorry, minus x times bracket x minus 2 greater than equal to 0. So when there is a negative sign, negative coefficient of x square, x into x is x square here. So you must have the follow, you must follow the step number 1. Step number 1 is multiply -1 on both sides to get positive coefficients. When I'm going to multiplying on both sides, we get this sign will be changed and 0 has no sign here. So 0 is 0 here. So x, this sign will be changed. Negative can be converted into positive, x minus 2 lesser than and 0. This sign and this sign will be changed. Now, step number 2. Step number 2 is find the values of x. By equating the left side of this inequality, which is x times x minus 2 with 0. So we can write x times x minus 2 equals to 0. The left side is already in factorized form. This is in factorized form here. So by equating all factors with 0, we get x equals to 0. This x equals to 0, or the bracket x minus 2 equals to 0. We get x equals to 2. Now we have two values of x, 0 or 2. Now for like step number 3. Step number 3 is use the values of x to sketch the graph. Use the values of x to sketch the graph x times x minus 2 lesser than 0. So recall, if the positive x square here, this type of parabola will be drawn, will be sketched. So with the help of this note, this is y-axis, this is 0 and 2 here. So going to sketch. And you can memorize by this note, for positive x square, happy face will be sketched. No. Step number 4. Step number 4 is, okay, before step number 4, this is the graph for x times x minus 2 lesser than 0. So now, step number 4, shade the region below the x-axis for less than or less than equal to sign. But there are three regions below the x-axis, this region, and this region. So which region you have to shade? So write down the note. For less than or less than equals to, and if this type of parabola will be drawn, I have to face parabola, so this region will be shaded for less than or less than equal to sign. So this region will be shaded. Now step number 5. Step number 5 is write down answer by observing the shaded region. So if you are observing, this region is in between 0 and 2, and you can write the inequality x in between 0 and 2. So this is your final answer. X in between 0 and 2. I'll move on the last example, which is example number 4 here. The example number 4 is solve or find the set of values of x for minus 2x times x minus 5 greater than or equal to 0. So 1 minute, please. Okay. For the step number 1. Step number 1 is multiply -1 on both sides to get positive coefficient. So when we are going to multiply by negative, this sign will be changed and this sign will be changed. So it will be 2x times x minus 5 lesser than or equal to 0. The sign will be changed. The negative will be changed into positive, and greater than or equal to change in lesser than or equal to 0. Step number 2. Now step number 2 is find the values of x by equating two x times x minus 5 lesser than or equal to 0. Sorry, with 0. Equating with 0. So when we equate with 0, we get 2x equals to 0. 2x times x minus 5 equal to 0. So we get 2x equal to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. So we get x equals to 5 and x equals to 0. There are two values here. Now step number 3. For the step number 3, step number 3 is use the values of x. These values of x sketch the this 2x times x minus 5 lesser than or equal to 0. You have to sketch this. So We have the values of which is x equal to 0, x equal to 5, and this is 2x times, sorry. And should know x into x is positive x square. When positive x square is here, this type of parabola will be sketched. So going to sketch this. Zero and 5 here. So this type of parabola will be sketched. This is 2x times x minus 5 So step number 4. Shade the region. Below the x-axis. Shade the region below the x-axis when, or you can say for, lesser than or lesser than equal to sign. So I'm going to shade this. You can memorize by the note. For lesser than or lesser than equal to 0 and a positive x squared. So this region will be shaded. Now, step number 5 here. Write down answer by observing shaded region. So the shaded region is here. So going to observe the shaded region, the values of x in between 0 and 5. So x in between 0 or 5 here. So answer will be answer is the set of values of x in between lesser than, sorry, or 5. This is the final answer. This is the set of values of x. This is the solution or set of values of x for, we can say, minus 2x times x minus 5 greater than 0, or 2x times x minus 5 lesser than equal to 0. So both the inequality satisfies these values satisfy both the inequality. The original question was, this was the original question. So don't be confused. This was the original question here. Thank you very much. I hope you got the idea how to find a set of values of inequalities or how to solve inequalities here. If you are not still getting, watch video again and again and share this video with your friends. Like this and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.